Okay, so I've been doing a lot of videos lately, and most of the time I do videos when I can't sleep or when I wake up from sleeping or I can't go back to sleep and I've been sleeping and I can't go back. Most of the time it's at night when I can't sleep. It has something to do with me not sleeping. So that's most of the time when I do my videos. Sometimes when I do my videos, I'm not that awake either. I'll just start talking. And sometimes I'm a little bit um, not as focused or just not as there because I am tired. I suffer from insomnia. It's a pretty severe form of it I have where I sometimes just can't sleep all day, like all night. I just stay up. So it's pretty bad, but there are, I go through spurts where sometimes it's better than others. Um, Usually in the wintertime, I sleep better than the summer for some reason. I think because it's cold. So yeah, it's been a little bit better lately. I've been going to bed pretty okay lately, but it's never you know how people go to bed like normal people go to sleep at 10 o'clock and they wake up at 7 or 6. No, that's not me. If I fall asleep at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, which that never happens, it hasn't happened in years, I'll be up by 1 or 2, and I won't be able to go back to sleep. I'm not that kind of sleeper where I can just sleep for 8 hours straight. No, 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 no. I can sleep for maybe 3 hours straight or maybe 3 hours straight. That's about it. And then I'm up. I don't get long term, like longevity when I sleep. It's just, I sleep for a few hours, sometimes two, sometimes one, sometimes the most like three. That's three, maybe. And then I wake up. So I cannot remember the last time I actually got 6 to 8 hours of continuous sleep all at once. No, it's like my sleep is broken up where I'll sleep for 3 or 4 hours. I'll be up for a bunch of hours, then I'll go back to sleep because I cannot go back to sleep. So I end up staying up. Um, I've been like this for years and years and years and years and years. Like probably since, I mean, I can't even tell you, 20s. You know, the only time I really slept good was when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I used to come home from school and sleep. I don't know if anyone ever used to do that. That's what I used to do. I get off the bus, I would go home, eat a little snack, and then I'd go to sleep until about 5 o'clock, until it was time to eat dinner. That was great. And then I would sleep at night. I'd sleep like a full 8 hours, you know, when I was young, when I was like, you know, my teenage years. But I don't know what happened. Like, for some reason, as I got older, my sleep is awful. It's not good. And it's not good for your brain. It's not good for your body not to sleep. There's a lot of consequences when you don't sleep. Your memory is off, your cognitive ability to, you know, think think good is not as sharp as it would be if you got, you know, 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep. So there's a lot of bad things that come with insomnia. Um, One of the things I want to say too is when I talk about narcissism, this is a big deal, and this is, you know, I've done videos on this because it is difficult, and I feel guilt whenever I do a video, and I even mentioned the narcissist in any kind of positive light. I feel very guilty about that. I do. Because I don't ever want to romanticize dating a narcissist, nor do I ever want to give them any credit or, you know, make them seem like they're good people or that they're great to date. You know, when I'm talking about my ex, you know, relationship there, I'm talking about it like not knowing that he was a narcissist. Because, like, when I dated that guy, I didn't know he was a narcissist. So the constant struggle and the constant, you know, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. The cycle that I went through with him, everything that I went through with him, um, I didn't know he was a narcissist. I just thought he was weird and moody. I didn't know that I was dealing with someone who had a mental behavioral problem, a personality problem. I didn't know that. So when I'm talking about it now, I'm talking about it in the past tense. I'm talking about it with what I went through at that time, not knowing he was a narcissist. Had I known he was a narcissist, had I went through it now, knowing what he was, it would have never got that far. I would have broken up with him way, way, way before I ever did. And I never would have went through any cycles of getting back together and everything like that. I would have never done all that stuff. But it's difficult to talk about it now because I've completely healed. I don't care anymore. Like, I'm not fresh out of a bad relationship. So all the bitterness and the anger and the when you first break up with someone where you still feel that way, that's been long gone for me. I don't feel anger or hatred or really anything anymore for him. I'm very indifferent about the whole thing with him. I don't care either way. So when I'm talking about it now, I'm talking about it very logically, but I am talking about it from the standpoint of what I went through. So it might come across like, at times, giving him positive light. And I don't want to ever give dating a narcissist positive light at all. It's awful. And it was awful. It is. It's a bad time because you're never at peace. It's never just smooth with these people. There's always a problem, whether it's the lying, the cheating, the betrayal, the future faking, the gaslighting, the manipulation, just everything that they do. It's never good. It's never nice. And when I do videos and I give the narcissist I'll leave in a little bit of a positive light, I do feel guilty about that. Because there's no positive thing about dating a narcissist. You will end up, pissed off that you did it. You will regret it. You will. When I talk about it in the videos and I say, well, he wasn't always like that. That's just the normal behavior of a narcissist. Because no, they don't come right out with anyone with their true colors. The true colors, the mask, you don't see that, the real narcissist, till the end. They still got their mask on. Like, they wear that mask pretty much the whole time. Only when the end comes do you see their true colors. So when I talk about the narcissist and I say, well, the first few years weren't that bad, they really weren't that bad because he had his mask on. He was doing everything he could to keep me. I was still in that pedestal stage where, he was doing nice things for me, like in any relationship, right? The beginning is always the best part of a relationship, usually. So in many ways, it was hard for me to really know, because I didn't know about narcissism back then. So I just don't want to ever give it any kind of reinforcement that it's great and it was good and there wasn't really anything wrong. There were problems. There was always something wrong. I mean, I was dating a narcissist, for Christ's sakes. I mean, yes, there was always something wrong. I just wasn't aware of it. So even though the first few years seemed normal to me, someone else might be like, it wasn't, like somebody else might be like, no, it really wasn't the way things should have been. But for me, I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary, So it's difficult talking about a narcissist. It's a very, like, you feel like you're biased because it's like I said, when I went through it, I didn't know he was a narcissist. So I acquired feelings and time with him and things like that. And you will, if you go out with someone, you don't know they're a narcissist. You're just going through a regular relationship, you think. You're going to go through it just like anybody else would with a normal person. you don't have your guard up or anything like that. You're just going through it thinking, oh, this is a great guy, you know. Yeah, we argue sometimes. That's okay, you know. No relationship is perfect, right? So you just don't know. But I never want to romanticize a relationship with a narcissist. I never want to give it a positive light. And I don't want to ever um, give the wrong impression to think, oh, it wasn't that bad, or, you know, every narcissist is different. Some of the things they do are going to be worse. There's mild cases of it. There's, you know, moderate, there's severe cases of it. You know, everybody's different, you know. So, you know, like I said, for me talking about it, it's going to be a little bit skewed because I'm speaking about it from a person who, you know, from that relationship's point of not knowing at that time he was a narcissist. So when I say, yeah, the first few years were very normal, that's because to me they were, just not knowing that I was dealing with someone that had this thing. You know, I thought he was just moody or whatever, you know. So um, it's difficult talking about it. It's very complex. It's a very complex thing to discuss, and you know, that's just the way it is with this. You know, it's a very difficult disorder to really pinpoint. Um, if you're going through it and you know the person's a narcissist, then you can definitely deal with it much better. You already have the knowledge of how they act, so you're going to be in the know. Every time they're pulling some kind of shit, you're going to know exactly what they're doing. Yes, it's much better. But if you're not, then it's going to be difficult and it's going to be very complex. That's why, look, is dating a narcissist complex? Not really. If you're going out with someone and they start doing shit like lying, cheating, you know, betraying you, um, future faking with you, things aren't adding up, they're very shady, they're not transparent, they don't talk to you, they give you silent treatments, they do all this kind of stuff with you. It's not complex. You break up with them. You get rid of them, right? Like immediately. It's not complex. When you know that you're dealing with someone who does that and they're messed up, then yes, you have to get rid of them. But when you're unaware the person's a narcissist, and you don't even know what a narcissist is, you've never even heard of it, and you're going through this with someone, you just think, oh, he's just, you know, stressed out, or he's just moody, or we just had a disagreement, it's no big deal. You make kind of like these excuses, you know, you don't really see it for what it really is. And I definitely did that. I definitely did that. So, you know, in my videos, I never want to romanticize dating a narcissist. And I never want to say that anything about it was normal, because it wasn't normal and it wasn't good. Um, for someone who didn't know what I was dealing with, to me that was okay. But to somebody else who knows what a narcissist is, yes, they would have seen the signs immediately. I just didn't know. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to like tell people that, because like I don't want to give any wrong information or misconceptions about the way things are with these people. They are rotten to the core. They're not good people. They are, you know, they're liars, they're swindlers, they're everything that's negative. There's nothing positive about them. Um, for me to say that, you know, oh, like they're not that bad or whatever, or they're good. No. No. They're, if you don't have to like deal with them, yes. And it depends on like what your relationship is with one. If you have a boss that's a narcissist, okay, and you quit your job, like what do you do? That's hard. That's hard. Um, saying that they all have, you know, narcissists have good points. Some of them do. You know, some narcissists do have good points. They're the problem with these people is their lack of empathy. They don't have empathy inside their souls. They're cold, dark, they're not empathetic people. And, that's the main thing with these people. It's all about them. They don't care about others at all, how they hurt people, what they do to people. And do they have good points? They might. Talking about my ex-narcissist, he had a couple good points. I still would never date him had I known he was a narcissist. I don't care what he was good at. Being a good cook, yeah, he's a good cook. If it's just going there to eat, it's fine. But you have to know where to draw the line with them. And that's why I say, like, in my other video about, like, you have to know where the boundaries are with these people. Because, you know, if you just have a casual friendship with one and there's no feelings there, there's no trust problem because you're not getting in with them romantically, and you're just talking to them, yeah, it's fine. But like I said, with narcissists, a narcissist male is not going to talk to a woman that he doesn't want to either be with or use in some way. That's not how they are. They don't just have friends, just because they really enjoy the company of that person. They have to be gaining something that they need from that person, or they're not going to deal with you. So, going over for a dinner, it's never just going to be going over for a dinner. You know what I mean? It's going to be dinner and another shit afterwards. It's physical stuff. It's not just going to be, I'm going to make you a dinner and that's it. That's not the way they go. They don't roll like that. That's why platonic relationships with these people are they're not existent. You can't. There's no way you can do it. Because if they can't use you, they don't need you. They're not going to talk to you if they can't gain anything out of you. So it's kind of a muted, topic really, because they might have good traits. They might be good at something. Okay, but they're not going to share anything like that with you if they're not getting something from you that they need or they want. So it's stupid. Yes, narcissists do. Some of them are very smart. Some of them are very intelligent. Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. Not all of them are smart, but a lot of them are. They're known to be they're pretty, like I said, they're pretty calculating and mischievous. Most of the narcissists that I've known have been very calculating and devious and smart at kind of the whole scheming. They're very good at scheming. Calculated behavior. They're very good at that. They are good at that. But it's just one of those things that they might be good at stuff, and saying that they're not all bad. Like, they're bad for a relationship, yes. If you want to have a real relationship with one, it's not going to be happy and good. Like I said, it depends on what you're looking for from the person as well. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on that person and what they want. If you're looking for like monogamy, a smooth relationship, you know, commitment, loyalty, trust, truth, honesty, someone who really loves you, unconditional love, you're not going to get that with a narcissist. Don't even bother even trying. It's not going to happen. So that's what I'm trying to say. I just hope I explained it a little bit better, because it kind of bothers me if I don't want to give the wrong impression about them ever. Okay, that's it.